Child, listen. The world is a crazy place nowadays. Okay? The world is a strange and crazy place. Listen to me now. Now, I ain't the type to judge, right? What's up, Yummy? How you doing? How you doing, J Dub? How you doing, Esther? I apologize that I'm in my robe. This is so unprofessional of me. Like, but honestly and truthfully, all my clothes are in the dryer right now. So I really didn't have much to go off of. So this is what y'all gonna get. I'm gonna make sure I be modest as we talk about the topic of this video. So I was minding my own business, right? Wait, hold on. Let me before I get into this, let me do one more thing. Cause I definitely need to turn on the whatchamacallit for this. The whatchamacallit, the monetization. Cause I forgot. I always forget to do that. Why is that? Why do I forget to do that? Give me a second, child. They probably already gonna limit the video. Look at it. It's already limited. It's already limited. I ain't even say nothing. They ain't even give me a chance. But it's all right. It's all right, child. But anyway, y'all, listen. I was strolling through social media today and I came across this story and I really wanted to talk to y'all about it. Now, this is hilarious. Now, it's not funny as in what happened. It's funny how God works. Baby, listen. Give me 1 second. Child, listen. So, this is going to be coming from NBC News, okay? NBC News Universe. All right, so apparently, y'all, fathers are supposed to provide, protect, and organize and all of those different things, but it seems as if in 2022 things have changed drastically. Men are out here putting their children in danger, their wives in danger, trying to just take them all out. What a shame. So this father, Mr. Mr. What's his name? Mr. Dharmesh Arvind Patel, 41, of Pasadena, was arrested on attempted unaliving and child abuse charges once he is out of a hospital, the highway patrol said. Now listen, y'all. Y'all probably like, what did he do? What did he do, Jeremy? What did he do? I'm about to show y'all right now, and we're gonna get into this together because God is good. God is really good. Like he really does intervene on a lot of people's behalf, and I just want to thank him for this. So let's read this together. Okay? So I'm going to put myself right here. Hold on. That ain't wait, it ain't the way it's supposed to look. Hold on, give me a second. Y'all, I don't know why it's transparent that. Give me 1 second. I don't know why it's doing that. It's giving odd. I've never seen it do this before. See, this is that ghetto stuff I be talking about. They always want to do this when you online getting ready to talk to the peoples. They always want to do these type of things, child. All right, I think we good now. Let me try one more time. Okay, so here we are. So listen here. So let me zoom in so y'all can read with me. So the headline reads, Tesla driver who plunged his family off California cliff did so on purpose, officials say. The driver, his wife, and their children were rescued after going over the 250-foot cliff in San Mateo County. The driver will be booked on attempted murder counts. Baby, listen. So this is by NBC News by Phil Helsel, and it says a California man intentionally drove a Tesla off a 250-foot cliff in an attempt to kill his family, officials said Tuesday. The driver and his children and his wife survived and were rescued Monday at Devil's Slide in San Mateo County. The California Highway Patrol said Dharmesh Arvind Patel, 41 of Pasadena, was arrested and will be booked on attempted murder and child abuse charges once he is out of the hospital. The Highway Patrol said the rescue involved firefighters who rappelled around the cliff to rescue the two children, 4 and 7. Wow. 4 and 7. This is so, I can't take this seriously with this lady washing her back like this. Lord Jesus. All right, so 4 and 7, and a helicopter crew who rescued the two adults from the vehicle, officials said. Now, the Tesla was 250 to 300 feet down, according to the Highway Patrol. Based on the evidence collected, investigators developed probable cause to believe this incident was an intentional act, the agency said in a statement. Brian Pottinger, the incident commander for the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, said witnesses called 911 after the crash around 10:50 a.m. He said that it was very, very rare for people to survive such a steep fall and that the children's car seat may have saved their lives. We were actually very shocked when we found survivable victims in the vehicle. So that actually was a hopeful moment for us, Pottinger said. The car was traveling south on State Route 1 when it went over the cliff at Devil's Side, south of the Tom Latnos Tunnel, and landed near the water's edge. The fire department said it flipped and landed on its wheels. My God. The children had moderate injuries. Dang. So the children barely had any injuries. Like, God was definitely shielding and protecting all of these children and the wife. Like, this is crazy. You about to go to jail, and they about to toss you around there like prison meat. The authorities plan to book Patel on 3 counts of attempted murder and 2 counts of child abuse, said Officer Andrew Barclay, a spokesman for the Highway Patrol's Golden Gate Division. It was not immediately clear Tuesday evening whether Patel had an attorney who could speak on his behalf. In 2018, Mendocino County, which is up in the California coast, 2 women and their 6 adopted children died in a crash off a cliff that authorities determined was intentional. A special coroner's jury later concluded Jennifer and Sarah Hartz killed themselves and their children in a murder-suicide. And I know y'all remember that. They were that lesbian couple that basically took these kids and, was barely feeding them, starving them, beating them. And y'all remember they had that little black boy, hugging that police officer, and the little boy didn't even want to do that. Right? Y'all remember that? I know I do. But, let's take a little bit of time and let's watch this video real quick.
Focus. Just that. Brian Pottinger, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fellas, I'm getting married.
Get your popcorn ready.
It's going to be just like old times. Only better, right? Better.
Back now with the
But I am very skeptical.
Bankman-Fried, who appeared in a Manhattan court yesterday. Former boss of the collapsed crypto exchange FTX pleaded not guilty to fraud charges and to stealing billions of dollars worth of customer money. It was his.
He says he had about 70,000 before the company's collapse. Good to have you.
This morning, after a dramatic rescue of all 4 passengers in a Tesla that plummeted off a 250-foot cliff in California, authorities have arrested the driver of the vehicle, charging him with attempted murder and child abuse. Investigators with California Highway Patrol say they believe the man, Dharmesh Patel, a doctor in radiology, drove the Tesla, carrying his wife and 2 children, ages 7 and 4, off the cliff as an intentional act.
We had 4 survivors in a collision where there shouldn't have been any survivors. I mean, it is truly a miracle that they're alive.
The area called Devil's Slide is known for its scenic views and sharp drop-off. Eyewitnesses horrified to see the car go off the road, frantically calling 911.
I could see in my rearview mirror just the car being, straight like this, and then all of a sudden just disappeared down.
Rescuers rappelling down the cliff saved the 2 children first. Then a helicopter crew hoisted the 2 adults from the mangled vehicle. All were rushed to the hospital.
The damage to the vehicle would indicate that it hit and then flipped several times. Landed mostly on its wheels. We immediately put a plan in place to lower rescuers down to the vehicle to get eyes and assess what we had.
Authorities say it's very rare for people to survive such a steep fall, and that the children's car seats may have saved their lives.
We were actually very shocked when we found survivable victims in the vehicle. So that actually was a hopeful moment for us.
According to the California Highway Patrol, the driver was arrested at the hospital. Investigators have not said why he may have done it, but an incredibly sad twist to this daring rescue.
But thankfully, they were all okay. Gabe, thank you.
This morning, after a dramatic rescue of all
I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. Excuse me. I forgot to turn on the mic. But I was saying, like, that is wild to me that this man drove this car off of the cliff in an attempt. I'm not muted no more. In an attempt to take his family up out of here, and then miraculously, by the grace of God, you can't hear me? Y'all still can't hear me? Well, I'm confused. Y'all can't hear me now? But the mic on. It's on now. Hello? Skibble doobly doop. Skibble doobly. Okay. All right, cool. But I was saying, like, it's wild that the whole family survived all of this, because you have to literally look at your wife right next to you, your children in the back of you, who literally survived after you tried to drive them off of a cliff. Y'all went down 250 feet. 250 to 300 feet. I can't even dive off of a 9-foot pool dive. 250 to 300 feet, and they survive. Not only that, but y'all are so unscathed that they're able to book you right after you go to the hospital. I know you mad. You gonna pay for this, sir, Mr. Darmish. How much of a whack weasel do you have to be to try to off your whole family? And this is what I never could understand about people who are so selfish to do this. Not only do you want to take yourself up out of here, but you feel like you got to take out everybody else with you. Like, that is the weirdest shit I have ever heard of or thought of in my motherfucking life. To sit here and it ain't good enough for you to take yourself up out of here with the pathetic life that you have garnered, but you want to rip the lives out of your whole family as well. So you go, they gotta go too. Like, is nothing but the grace of God as to why this whole family survived. And you're going to have to literally sit there and be held responsible for attempting to murder 2 children, 4 and 7, when you go to prison. They're gonna be tossing your Indian ass around like a blunt. They're gonna be puff passing your ass all around the block. I just like I've never been able to understand that, y'all. Like when it comes to this type of stuff, I'm up here like, just take yourself out. And this is in no way, meant to disrupt the memory of, DJ Twitch. But y'all see how Twitch, he didn't bring his family into this. He went off, secluded himself, and did what he wanted to do to himself. He didn't try to take the lives of those who he loves to come with him. Like that's the weirdest I've ever heard in my life. For you to drive your kids and your wife over a cliff, my nigga. Like, that is wild to me. Like by the time that these niggas get done with Mr. Darmish, his asshole is gonna look like a portal to the Netherlands. You might as well call Shinnok, Scorpion, and the rest of the niggas from the Netherworld, because at the end of the day, that's where his asshole is gonna be leading to after these niggas run through him. You are going, and not only that, but you weak, you not muscular, you don't look like you can fight, you don't look like you can defend yourself. They're about to whoop your ass and probably take your manhood. And I hope they take it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I hope by the time you ain't never getting out. Let's be real here. You ain't never getting out. You got 3 attempted murder charges, 2 child abuse charges. No telling what else they're gonna book you with. 8 cameras. I wonder how many crimes the Teslas record. I want to know too. I want to know as well. I want to know as well. Imagine the kids growing up knowing that the dad tried to take them up out of here, right? Like, that is so crazy to me. Like, and then you couldn't even do it in a peaceful way. Like, maybe turn on the oven or something like that. I ain't trying to give nobody no ideas or anything, but I'm just saying, this is like, that is so that is so traumatic, to drive your family off a cliff. Can you imagine how terrifying that must have been? And by the grace of God, everybody in that car survived. I know Tesla stock's about to go up in the next month or so after this. The Tesla stock's gonna go up. Cause baby, let this would have been a Hyundai. I don't think nobody would have been here to talk today. What about the children that ran away, that ain't coming home today? Here's a message from coast to coast. Is when the thugs really need it the most. Like, I'm saying, y'all, can you imagine somebody driving you off a cliff and literally having to face your death and then miraculously survive? You got to be looking around, like, wondering, like, is this what the afterlife is? Am I still, like, here? It was definitely the Most High. God is good. God is good. Ain't no way you can't say God ain't real after you tried to drive off of a 250-foot cliff and kill your wife and kids, and all y'all survived, and now you getting locked up. It was deemed the safest SUV in the world. Listen, If you ain't getting a Tesla now, I bet y'all gonna get one after this. Oh, the car had cameras. Oh yeah, the car definitely had cameras. They already arrested this man is in jail. This man is being held in jail right now after attempting to unalive his whole family like a real bitch ass nigga. Y'all, like, my mind is blown when I heard this. I couldn't believe this. Okay. What type of little dick Peter Weeder energy do you have to be such of a coward to murder your whole family and then fail at it at that? They arrested him from the hospital bed like, nigga, get up. Nigga, get your ass up, nigga. Nigga, this ain't no vacation, nigga. Fuck you think, nigga? Get up out that bed, nigga. I don't care if your ankle's broke, nigga. Stand up. I hope that's the exact way that the police yanked that nigga up off the hospital bed. Nigga, get your ass up. You don't get no sympathy around this bitch. I hope you collapse and they pick your ass up and make you stand up again and collapse. I hope you collapse, stand up, collapse, and they stand your ass up again. Like, I just can't believe, like, this nigga laying in a hospital. Nigga, you should be standing up after this. You shouldn't even feel comfortable laying down. I don't get, like, I wouldn't even feel comfortable with them putting me in a hospital bed after I put my family over a cliff. Was you resting, my nigga? Was you getting your rest? Were you contemplating over the day? I just, like, my mind is just trying to wonder what it is that was going through this bitch ass nigga mind as he was laying in a hospital bed. Nigga, get your ass up. Nigga, this, like, what do you think this is? You think you about to feel comfort, my nigga? No, we don't comfort bitches who try to kill their fucking family. Nigga. You know, this is just wild to me, y'all. He don't care about his wife and kids. Well, hopefully he don't care about his walls either, because them prison niggas about to break him down. They about to divide that nigga up into fractions. And you know niggas like that, you know, they good at math and shit. You know, his name is Darmus. I guarantee you that nigga probably has something to do with science, or some type of calculus or some shit. Some computer technology. Imagine being the mom and having to decide if you will ever allow. Hell no. You will never allow your kid. No, you gotta decide that. It's already decided. It's already decided. That nigga would not have to have no relationship with my kids. Fuck him in his whole fucking family. I don't even give a fuck if the family didn't have nothing to do with it. Fuck you and the demon bitches that birthed you. Forever. And that's on some real shit. If that look, I ain't gonna call the lady out of her name, but no, like, I think you're so used to black women doing stupid shit like that after they get abused. That ain't shit that these other races of women be doing. They care more about their lives. They don't be putting these niggas before themselves. Unfortunately, I'm still trying to break black women up out of that. I'm still trying to wake the black women up. And just because you said that, it literally reminds me of that one story. It reminds me of that one story where the mom ended up getting with that dude. It was like a black man. The mom ended up getting with this dude who literally just came out of prison for like murdering his ex-wife and I think his kids. And then he literally ended up murdering her kids in front of her and attempting to murder her. And she has to sit there with that guilt of introducing the man that killed her children to them. And I hope she's eaten up by the guilt of it, honestly. And not all with black women. I want to know. I want to. Who are they? For me, they're testimonials. Cause if a nigga drive me off of a cliff, I ain't never talking to you again. Fuck you, and the kids don't even know you. Nigga out like it's plenty of Indian niggas named Darmish. They're like I could substitute another daddy. Damn it. One who won't drive them over a cliff. I can't. Hell no. Hell no, talking about she gonna have to struggle to decide. Girl, this ain't no damn struggle. I guarantee you she ain't gonna even want to see that man again. That lady is about to disappear out the face of the earth. One thing Indian women do after they get abused, they disappear. You ain't gonna see them no more. Like they vanish after that. And start a whole new life in a whole new city. Shit, I even think they start changing their names and shit. This one, he drove her over a 250 foot, 300 foot cliff. That's a fucking mountain, sir. He drove them off of a damn mountain. And they survived. That reminds me of that shit dealing with TJ Holmes and that Amy Roebuck bitch. You see how God literally saved her? And like when she had breast cancer, like, and this whole got right off the operating table after God saved her and them breasts and proceeded to fuck somebody, man. And it was counterproductive. That's that type of shit that would happen if she was to allow that man to see his kids after he tried to murder all of them. Ain't nothing else to say. I knew someone in my neighborhood that unalived his mother and served time in prison. When he got out, he told his father he was getting married and his father never called. His sister has been. She can get half of his 401k. She needs to get all of his 401k. The nigga ain't gonna get no use of it now because he going to prison. What he gonna do with it? Put it on his books? She met that man in church. Yes, she did. Traumatized by the unaliving of her mother because she was there. She can't keep a job and is scared of everyone. The way I would have unalived him after I survived and remember what just happened. Baby, I think after that, like, I think they were probably unconscious. I think they would have passed out from the sheer shock of that. I don't think that they were just well, then I think the story said that they were conscious. I think they were conscious. What do you do? And y'all, like, this coincidentally happened when it was low tide, meaning that if this was another day at another time, they would have fell into that water and drowned to death. But he coincidentally chose a time when it was low tide. And bless those rescuers. Yes, you're right, Ebony. Bless them. Bless them. Yes. Okay. This is wild, y'all. I ain't never seen no shit like this. And that's something that is going around a lot. It's something that is progressively getting worse. You know, these murder suicides, Like nigga, it's one thing if you don't want to be here anymore, but you ain't gotta take other niggas with you. Y'all not going to the same place. Like people who be like, I want to take my kids so they with me on the other side. I'm sorry, the kids ain't going to hell with you. Like that is the dumbest motherfucking thought process I have ever heard in my life. You think you're going to the same place your children are after you murdered them? It's good that he survived. He'll have to live with that guilt for the rest of his life, and he'll have to live being somebody's prison bitch. That's what I'm most excited about. I can't wait for them to toss his little ass around. They gonna be smoking that nigga like a Newport. We live in such an evil, demonic world. God divinely protects us for sure. And that's why I praise such a high and mighty God. Honestly and truthfully. You see what's behind me. Because only he could do something like that. You understand me? Jeremy, I swear you are super smart. You preach some good points, my brother. Thank you. I be trying and shit. I be trying. This shit really gagged me. I was like, this is when I saw this, cause y'all know, like, I try not to get off schedule about what I'm gonna make my videos on, cause I have in mind what my next video was gonna be, and it wasn't this. But because I saw this story, I had to talk about it. If he tried to unalive himself, he would try again. But unfortunately, in prison, that's a little bit harder to do. It's a miracle to go out in public, the grocery store, the theater, the club, and not get unalive and to come back home, period. I'm glad we had a discussion on it. Absolutely. And if y'all are battling with y'all mental health, go get help. Don't try to take nobody's life. Don't try to take your own life. And most importantly, don't try to take nobody else's with you. You understand me? Like this world is like, as we move forward and as we continue each year, it's just like we're descending farther and farther and deeper into chaos and darkness. And it is just so hard to listen and watch the news or to listen and watch stuff, because it just hurts my heart sometimes, because I'm just wondering, like, where's the love? Like, where's the joy? Like, where's the peace? It's no peace in this world right now. It's like every single time I turn on the news or I turn on the TV or I turn on something, it's just like we're descending farther and farther and farther into wickedry and chaos, y'all. Let me show you. This was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like this was some weird shit. Like y'all, like, I try not to judge people, but I'm just saying, like, this is how wicked, like, we're getting. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Try, like, y'all, please hold your breath real quick, because this ain't gonna be pretty.
Going after your dreams. And again, two things I know for sure how the fuck and the anointing of God. You cannot play me on those things. The true, authentic anointing of God was in that place. The girls went from doing all of this to crying and worshiping God. And I was like, I never experienced anything like that ever in my life. That was the day my life changed. Thank you, God. That was the day I made peace with my sexuality, being the whore that I am and the prophet that I am. And I realized I only do publicly what most niggas do privately. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, well, if we're supposed to be people of truth, why don't we live out our truth? Because I don't want to say all, because people know the preachers I know. Most of the preachers I know are bigger whores than me. They do OnlyFans more than me. Y'all subscribe to them more than y'all subscribe to me. But you wouldn't know it because they wear a mask or they cover their tattoos or whatever. But
I'm gonna play that again for y'all real quick.
Going after your dreams. And again, two things I know for sure: how the fuck and the anointing of God. You cannot play me on those things. The true, authentic anointing of God was in that place. The girls went from doing all of this to crying and worshiping God. And I was like, I never experienced anything like that ever in my life. That was the day my life changed. Thank you, God. That was the day I made peace with my sexuality, being the whore that I am and the prophet that I am. And I realized I only do publicly what most niggas do privately. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, well, if we're supposed to be people of truth, why don't we live out our truth? Because I don't want to say all, because people know the preachers I know. Most of the preachers I know are bigger whores than me. They do OnlyFans more than me. Y'all subscribe to them more than y'all subscribe to me. But you wouldn't know it because they wear a mask or they cover their tattoos or whatever. But
I don't even know what to say. I am not familiar with these people, but is this a porn star that moonlights as a pastor? Haitian Empress, you know who that is. Like, one thing I know about some of y'all women, y'all like to watch that nasty, freaky man on man stuff. Yeah, they both do, like, they're a couple, and they're like, they do OnlyFans. That's why you see the nigga that's beside him, like to the back of him, having cocaine sweats, allegedly. Like this, and this is why I be saying, like, I don't like to play like that. Like, I'm not about to be like, I believe if you gonna give your life over to God, you need to be 100% in it. You can't be partially in it. You get what I'm saying? Not surprised. Feel like growing up, the preacher was always dicking someone in the front pew. Shoot, they make movies and plays about it. Absolutely. I mean, but like, this is like a gay porn star pastor, though. And let's not forget his husband in the back with the cocaine sweats. Husband was fine as hell. I mean, both of them are very handsome men. But mentally, they're empty. And this is what I was thinking about when I was actually in the car earlier this morning. I was thinking about how in our community there are so many people who I feel like are just so engulfed in sex. Like sex is all they are, sex and drugs. And I feel like that's because there's an absence of a connection, to a higher power, which is, Jesus Christ. But I feel like it's because of that people try to suffice it with other things that are literally degrading them physically and mentally. So then you see like these people who are like empty shells of themselves. They may look beautiful on the outside, attractive on the outside, but on the inside, they're empty and there's nothing there. They're always needing sex or they're always needing drugs. It's what they need to constantly feel something, because inside they're dead because they lost the connection to the Most High. Honestly and truthfully, that's what I feel. I feel a lot of people try to fill up, with those those things, and it doesn't make them feel better. Bishop Don Juan had a church in the early 90s on the west side of Chicago, all while pimping and not hiding it. And I believe if you're going to spread the word of God and do whatever the fuck you want to do, then I believe at least you could just be honest with people and tell them what the fuck the truth is, so they not surprised if they end up on the other side and burning in the pits of hell. They're not swayed in the wrong direction. Tell people the truth. You cannot be saved and then be a porn star slut. You can't do that. Those two things aren't aligned to one another. You can't. You're literally misguiding people and sending them on a path to hell. Like, that's fucked up to me. Now, is Jeremy the most saved person? Of course not. Of course not. But if you come to me and ask me some truth about God, am I going to sugarcoat it to make you or I feel better? Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you what it is. And it's gonna make it's gonna make you uncomfortable. It's gonna make me uncomfortable, because that's what righteousness is supposed to do, to make you uncomfortable, to challenge you to be a better person tomorrow. You, like, the Bible shouldn't be making you just feel okay. It should put a battery in your back each time you read it to better yourself. To me, that's what I believe. Now, does that mean I'm gonna go and judge somebody or, tell somebody what they can and cannot do? Absolutely not. That's your business. God allowed everybody to have their own personal choice. And if your choice is to do whatever you want to do, that is fine. But don't promote that like that's the gospel truth, and that you could live a Christian life and do whatever the fuck you want to do, because that's not the truth. And that's a big reason why, as a people, we're descending farther and farther and farther down into chaos, if you ask me. People are going to claim that it is between consenting adults, but they fail to realize how this promiscuity affects society as a whole. And I don't understand how people can just be fucking a whole bunch of people like that. I cannot do that. I really can't. I can't just go around, just having sex with everybody. Just like screwing this person on Monday, screwing that person on Tuesday, screwing this person on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and repeating a whole new set of niggas the next week. I couldn't do that. That's not what I'm about. And that's why my skin look like this. Cause I'm not here just taking in the energy of everybody. All of the spirits that they have on them, all of the curses that they have on them. I'm not taking that in. Which is why I can sit here and say, I'm in full health. I'm mentally in a good place. Yes, I'm going through some sad times right now because my best friend, was tragically killed in a car accident, months ago in September. I'm gonna get through that, but at the end of the day, I can say that I am mentally here. I'm here. I'm not somewhere else. I'm not empty. I ain't gonna say I don't feel empty sometimes, but I'm not out here, like a shell of my former self. Like that was wild to me when I heard that, y'all. While I do have a bag full of bedroom candy, I have never been the one to sleep around. Y'all. That's what I was saying earlier. They like it's an escape. They like it's something that they need, like to fill themselves up because they're empty on the inside. You can literally look at both of those men. Let me pull it back up. You can literally look at both of those dudes and see one is batshit crazy, and then the other one is completely empty and damn near just a sex husk. Just a sexy ass husk to fuck. That's it. Just empty. Like sweating out cocaine and such, you know? Like just look at these two men. They are empty on the inside. There's nothing there. It's nothing there. It's nothing there. It's nothing there. You can just see it while they speak. And there's so many men like this in our community. So many men like this in our community. Is nothing. Is nothing there.
The girls went.
Is nothing. You can see one looks mentally deranged on the left. The other one looks just empty and dumb as hell and high on the right, sweating, cocaine sweats, mouth twisted. And the other one trying to convince himself that he's in the right while literally promoting being a porn star slut and a pastor at the same time. And then a nigga to the next to him just thinking, man, I could use some dick. Please make sure you take time to heal. Grief can sneak up on. Look, Empress, you might be new here. Trust me. Trust me. I've been going through the process of grief. Your boy has been going through grief. Trust me. But one thing Jeremy gonna do is tell y'all the truth. I love everybody. Well, you know, yeah, I love everybody. I mean, I like everybody, but Jeremy love everybody. And like me loving y'all is me telling y'all the truth, especially from my point of view as somebody who, you know, who is more so of a Christian. I'm not gonna lie to y'all about where, you know, certain, you know, life choices may lead you or lead me or lead all of us, you know. Might as well tell you the truth. That way, you know, if you get to the other side and you don't get to the good place, you can't say nobody told you. Cause Jerry, you guys gonna replay you part of my video, literally repeating it over and over and over again. Isn't it fitting that you're using the analogy of a shell, which Candace recently used in reference to Giselle and attributed the analogy of her being known for being fast? That is funny. I told you, me and Candace have a lot in common. A lot in common. I literally like look at my social media sometimes, and you know, I just get surprised. Now it's the difference from being, you know, sexy and just being completely just hypersexual. You know what I'm saying? No judgment though. But I do side eye hypersexual people because I believe that's not normal to be just hypersexual. Everything that you evolve around is sex. Yeah, like anything that's revolving around you, it has something to do with sex. Sex this, sex that, sex this, sex that. Like it's very boring and whack. You know, y'all need to stop playing. I feel like if a lot of us, you know, did like, you know, therapy, or, you know, actually prayed, or, you know, actually really tried to get to the root cause of what, you know, we are battling on the inside, we can make different decisions and choices that could better, you know, affect us in the long term, you know, rather than us, you know, basically making all these negative, nasty choices that literally degrade at us over time. That's why you niggas be looking like y'all 38 when y'all only 20. honestly and truthfully, y'all, I can't tell y'all how many of these kids that told me they was 21 and I thought they were older than me. I was like, I'm older than you? Oh my. Jeremy, I am new, and you really touched me when listening to the Kelsey testimony, and the visible effect on you, including your body language, was palpable and got to me. Thank you. You know, I'm always gonna be one to try to lean on the side of right. You know, I ain't gonna be right all the time, but for the most times, I think I'm right. You know, at least when it comes to what I bring on the channel. I'm not gonna try to dissuade y'all away from what was right. I'm not like y'all was never gonna catch me up on here saying, I think Tory's innocent. Mm-mm. 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 But y'all, listen, it's been about an hour. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. This was a little bit longer than I anticipated, child. I thought I was only going to be on here for about 17 minutes, but I kind of eased into something else. But Darmish, I would say protect your booty, but you ain't going to be able to do that. Them niggas going to be tossing you around like a rag doll. They're gonna be dividing and radiating your ass for the next millennia until you unfortunately deceased. But at the end of the day, sir, you ain't getting up out of there. You gonna be in prison for the rest of your life, and these niggas ain't gonna never respect you for killing kids or attempting to kill kids that are 4 and 7. They're about to destroy you. It's okay. It's okay, Empress. Just notice your your velvet robe. You need a cigar and some glass of whiskey. Listen, I'm trying to learn how to be more punctual, and I'm trying to be on camera more. If I'm gonna be on camera more, y'all gonna be catching me looking like this on a regular basis. Y'all see my beard is unkempt, just it's all bald and clumped up like this. It ain't really combed out all the way. I try to get it as best as I can. I ain't put the activator and like the curl definer in it. So it's looking pretty, Nyam yo rengeko. It's giving definitely Nigerian hair. The criteria isn't fair to come to me to stand in fear. Amelie is giving that. But I'm here. Cause I noticed that the more consistent I am with my uploads, the more I end up, gaining more traction. You look like a guest in the Playboy Mansion. I'm done. Oh, y'all. I got home from the gym earlier today. Hugh Hefner personally invited you to play with the play. I don't know. Hell no. Don't bring me in that damn Playboy house. All of that bullshit that was going on up in there. Ladies ain't about to be like in 1955. Jeremy told me to go into the room with him. Like, oh no. I don't even want to be thought of to be somebody who would be in a player's mansion. And he gonna plead crazy defense. Baby, absolutely not. They're gonna have to go over his behavior after over the last few months. And if anybody recognized anything different with him, Jeremy, honestly, you're the only YouTuber I've seen views go up so fast. What do you mean? You mean like on the videos, or you mean like the subscriber count? Not really. Like a lot of my videos really don't hit, honestly. Like this one probably ain't gonna hit like that. You know, it's probably not a lot of people. It's probably not a lot of people that's gonna watch this video. But honestly, I don't be doing videos just for it to be watched. You know, I do videos based on what I feel like talking about. It's just usually I do have in my mind things that I want to plan to talk about, but this was just unplanned. Like I just saw this today and I was like, I'm going to talk about this. Because honestly, I was going to be doing another video about Millie and DJ Academics. That was going to be another video I was going to do today, but I felt like this one was way better. I feel like I was more interested in this. I bet the nurses at the hospital where he worked can testify to his behavior. And they're going to probably say that nigga looked like, was acting like he was just fine. Throw that nigga in a jailhouse. Throw that nigga in a jail. Period. Okay? That nigga fine. Oh, y'all, can I tell y'all something? So I was watching Vlad TV, right? I was watching Vlad TV. And I was hearing this story. I was seeing like this story about this guy named Richard Porter. So apparently he has a sister named Pat Porter or Patricia Porter. And apparently they had like this that like it was like this big drug ring that was going on back in like the early 90s, late 80s. And like the story, y'all, is so tragic. Like this is just so it was so tragic, y'all. Like it was tragic. I was trying to figure out if I should react to it or if I should, you know, make a video talking about it because I was like, damn. I believe this attempted unaliver is South Asian. His comport me. Comport me? What does that mean? Let me look that up. I don't want to act like I know what certain words mean. Jeremy don't know what every word means. Comportment, behavior. Okay, period. Okay, I see you. I see you, Haitian Empress. Yeah. Comport me. Yeah, his comportment was off. Yeah, that. Yeah, his behavior was off, definitely. But I honestly, I don't really think that, you know. So if you look up Vlad TV and look up, like, just put Vlad TV, Richard Porter, or, you know, or Rich Porter or something like that, his videos will pop up. He has a sister named Pat Porter, and she basically, like, you know, told her whole version of the events. And I guess this was the movie. This was what the movie Paid in Full was, you know, based on. I've never seen that movie Paid in Full. You know, when it comes to hood booger niggatry involving drugs and gang violence and shit like that, I really don't like to watch. Like, I haven't seen Belly. I haven't seen a lot of them type of fucking movies. It never really interested me. I'm more of like a psychological thriller type of guy. Like, you know, I love, you know, some Annihilation. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Lucy, you know, Sucker Punch, you know, just a lot of different movies that make you think about stuff. Name this life comport me. Period. I mean, I don't think I can name it that. I love Sucker Punch too. Oh, in this movie, I love this movie. It's called Neon Demon. It's called Neon Demon. I love that movie. It's such a good movie. But y'all, I ain't trying to hold y'all too long. That's why their names sound familiar. Yeah, apparently, these people were huge. Well, they weren't huge, but the story of them are huge. You know, they broke. Like nowadays, these niggas look busted and disgusted and crusted. But I'm just saying, the memory of these people is so big. Although they don't get paid for it, you know. I even saw, like, y'all don't remember that update like late last year in October or so? Like, I guess one of the people who was connected to all of this got killed. Like, his name was like Alpo Martinez or something like that. He had got shot. And he the one who, and he, like, look, This like y'all, this shit was some like this was some full of fucking niggatry, some fuckery, some betrayal. I have never seen no shit like this in my life. I was like, I need to react or to talk about this shit. You hear me? I was like, I need to discuss this. Cause I was like, ain't no way. This is what I'm witnessing and listening to what is like what's reality. Y'all, the boy, a 12-year-old's uncle kidnapped him and killed him so the older brother, Richard Porter, could give him some money. And this nigga is the uncle of all of these kids. Like, I was shook. Beat him over the head with a blunt force object, and he only 12. Cut off one of his fingers and sent it sent it to the family as a way to show that they got him. Like, they cut a 12-year-old's finger. Like, what type of evil nigga hood fuckery boogery type of shit are y'all on? I don't give a damn if this shit, was in the 80s. Like, I could not, and this is your blood relative, like, you're their uncle. Like, yo, I couldn't believe that shit. Like, that was wild to me. I was listening to the story at work, because they like, is it you can listen to the Vlad TV interview in parts, or you can just listen to the one big interview. I was listening to one big interview while I was doing my work, and like I was shook. One of the niggas' sister's boyfriend robbed him, shot him 9 times, 2 times in the head, 7 times in the body, killed his auntie, killed like 2 of his other friends, and only 3 people survived, and he was one of the people that survived. Like his brother-in-law did this to him. Niggas that he knows. Like I'm trying to this is why Jeremy couldn't be in no hood boogery shit like this. Absolutely not. Cause I was like, this shit is evil. This shit is evil. The nigga friend Richard Porter killed him. So there was road dogs. Alpo, AZ, and Rich was all like rolling together, selling drugs. This nigga thought that Richard lied to him about something and shot him in the head. Richard survived the shot and started to fight him. And then another nigga shot him twice and killed him. And when they found the body, the sister thought it was a little brother that was kidnapped that they was holding for ransom. But no, it was the older brother that was shot to death. The little brother was found 6 months later in a plastic bag, decomposed with blunt force trauma to the head and fingers missing. Because his uncle cut off his fingers. And mind you, the uncle was with the family when they was getting a ransom note about the nephew. So he was acting like he needed, he didn't know what was going on, and he was the one who was orchestrating the whole thing. Like, y'all, when I tell you my mind was blown, I was like, yo, this is wild. And then when you look at the sister, Pat Porter, when y'all look at the sister, Pat Porter, like, she just looks so defeated. Baby, all of the happiness or the good things in life has been sucked out of her, baby. She's just an empty shell. Like, she's just empty. She is just depressed. Like, life has beat her down. Like, these niggas have ruined her life. She didn't even sign up for this. She didn't sign up for this, and neither did the little brother. It was the older niggas that signed up for this, and she has went through all of this pain. It like y'all, when I try to tell y'all that shit is wild to me, I couldn't believe that shit. When I found out the uncle was the one who kidnapped was the one who kidnapped the 12-year-old nephew and cut off his fingers and sent it to the family, was acting like, you know, it was some other people that was doing it when it was really him. I was done. I was done. I was done. I was like, oh, can you imagine that level of betrayal you must feel? Like, I just wonder how disgusted you should be with yourself to know that you killed a 12-year-old on his way to school. Like, it's giving yuck. I've never seen Paid in Full, y'all. I've never seen that shit. I've never seen this movie a day in my life. I never even heard of this movie. Look, my ass grew up watching Boy Meets World. I was not watching this hood booger shit. Now, I did watch the Players Club and Friday and stuff like that, but like, you know, like this Belly and that other shit, I've never seen those type of movies. You know, it's nothing that I'm interested in. Gang life don't really entertain me because I've seen so much of it growing up and I despise it because it killed and like ruined the lives of so many. I remember my cousin, her name, I ain't gonna tell y'all her name, but she had a boyfriend who was blood, right? And I remember one time he came over to the house. And you know, all of my cousins, like, and they boyfriends, or you know, my cousins who was in gangs, they always wanted me to toughen up, you know, and know how to fight, to be a real nigga. You know, they didn't want me to be one of them flaming homosexuals, right? So he forced me to slap box him, right? He slapped me so hard, y'all, it knocked my hearing out of my left ear for 3 days. And I asked my cousin, you know, a couple years ago, you know, whatever happened to that guy? You know, he did help me learn how to fight. I ain't gonna hold you. He really did. But like she said that he committed suicide. All of that banging, all of that stuff. He committed suicide. Most people on the East Coast watched it. I didn't watch it until college. Oh, Jeremy. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you're hearing was look, I have a whole bunch of hood booger stories. Y'all don't understand. Look, I'll be trying to tell y'all. My childhood wasn't the easiest. The West Coast is a rough ass place, depending on what part you in, child. But after he slapped my hearing out of my ear, baby, I was mad and like my hands started to like connect. I was crying, like I was like, you know, you get so mad when you crying, but like you can't drop no tears, so you hold it up and you just trying to like at this point hit him, and he's such a master at this shit. He just blocking this shit like, yeah, that's that shit I like. Come on, try to hit me. Like that's the like oh, doing that over and over and over again, y'all, really did help a nigga learn how to fight after a while. And on top of that, actually getting into fights. But honestly, though, I like after I got into the military, I fought maybe like once or twice, but I really didn't have to fight like that. I haven't really fought that many times in my life. I never really had to. He would have gotten stoned after that girl. I couldn't fight him. Yeah, I couldn't beat his ass. That nigga would have killed me. Like these are some real blood, like you know, Pyru, like you know, Trey set niggas like that was like that my cousins and shit are and was fucking around with. And if they weren't that, then they were Crips. Like they like this shit was serious. You get like still like who gonna throw a rock at that nigga? I remember one time when I was going through this phase of wanting to act hard, you know, to make everybody around me, you know, accept me more. My cousin, she had brought me into the garage, and she had the phone on speaker, and she called me over there. She was like, Jeremy, come over here for a second, you know. And she was telling you, like, you know who I got on the phone, right? She says I got X, Y, Z on the phone from this gang, from this gang, from this set, and they all coming over here to jump you in. Since you want to act like you a hard ass nigga, you can be the blood that you want. And I was so confused by this because I was like, ain't you the same bitch that was trying to make me like get harder and fight and shit like that? Isn't this what you want? Crazy bitch. I was like, isn't this what you wanted from me? This ain't what I wanted. Shit, I was fine watching Boy Meets World. And that was like her way of, I guess like maybe she kind of regretted what she was doing and she was trying to like get me up out of it at this point, or like try to wake me up before I got in too deep or something. But like at this point, like I was like, okay, I was actually not scared to get jumped in. I was like, okay. I was like, they ain't gonna kill me. It's just gonna whip my ass a lot. I was like, it ain't like it would have been the first time I would have had to fight one of you niggas. My mama's a Crip. My mama is a Crip. True story. My uncle's a Crip. It's my direct like uncles and aunts are all Crips. But my cousins, from my second cousins, I think that's what I call them. My second cousins, who are all like around the same age or a little bit older than me, they're all Bloods. I look like a Crip. What you mean, bro? I'm just kidding. Me stop. I wonder if it has to do with historical trauma, during which many witness beatings may be thinking, well, at least it's not me. This is why I was so bent on getting out of Las Vegas. Like I wanted to get up out of there. Like I joined the military. I didn't care what I needed to do. I had to get the hell up out of there. I had to go. I went into the military. I didn't care if I was risking my life. I needed to pay for college. I wanted to make something of myself because it's not like I saw a lot of examples like that in my family. On top of that, I like to suck dick. I ain't gonna hold you. So at the end of the day, I don't think I would have been that good of a thug anyway. I don't think that's the way it would have went. I mean, not to say it's not thugs who suck dick, but they like, they the more horrid niggas who are able to hide that shit. I couldn't. I wish I went into the Air Force. Depending on how old you are, but it ain't too late. They accept you until you are like 37 or 32, one of the two. And like when I got out of the military, I could definitely say they had broken me down because I was an unruly, obnoxious, ghetto ass child. And when I got out of the military, I was very stern, very very somber, very much with the books. And to be honest, I'm kind of like that now. But I have loosened up and have kind of gotten to understand who I am as a person, Oh, it's too late. Oh, J Dub say I'm old as hell. Okay. Now, y'all, tell me why I am looking at the comment section on the video about Deborah in the Real Housewives review, and then somebody put this underneath the comment section. They say Carlos wants to be like Melody Cherie so bad. And I was like, what? Like, what does this have to do with anything? Who's talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville? Like, give it up, y'all. I am not discussing that damn show. No. It's like Love and Marriage Huntsville for me is a wrap. Y'all ain't never getting Love and Marriage Huntsville for me ever again. Y'all fucked that up. The movie Top Gun made me want to join the military. Jeremy, you be sea walking in private. I don't do none of that shit. Look, Jeremy don't know how to see. Jeremy don't do anything dealing with gangs. Look, I always am so confused about people who in gangs anyway, because I'm up here like, y'all literally dedicating y'all lives and y'all still broke. It's not like it offers you any money or any monetary gain. I was like, what the fuck do you get out of it? That's what I was so confused about as I got older and I was thinking about it. I was like, what do these niggas get out of being in the game? Like, is it money? They can't be, because all of these niggas in the hood broke. I was like, it can't be that. Like, what is it? Now, Michael might be crip walking. This dog is on some other shit. Now, Michael definitely probably might crip walk. Michael is a hood rat ass dog. Michael, you get a family that literally betrays you and possibly murders you down the line. These ain't no motherfucking like they only family if you still broke with them. But the moment you make too much money and you don't give them any, bitch, they coming after you and robbing you just as well. Like, it ain't no motherfucking family. That shit weird as fuck. I'd rather be by myself. I was not supposed to cuss on this video. Definitely fucked that up. I be trying, y'all. I be trying to hold back this subject needs to be analyzed in depth, because it is not as if all of them see combat, yet they're unable to function. You look at us, baby. We're up all night, tearing our love apart. No, aren't we the same two people who live through years in the dark? Every time I try to walk away, someone turn around and makes me say, no, I can't tell you why. No, baby, I can't tell you why. Look, these motherfuckers can't even tell you why they doing this shit, honestly. Everyone that I know that's in a gang is broke. That's just that's just me. Everyone I know is broke. I don't know one rich nigga in a gang besides Chris Brown. And that nigga was rich, then he got into a gang. Oh, the game too. With his fine self, child. Oh, y'all, when I was growing up, I used to have the biggest crush on him. The game, like, your boy had a I've grown now. Now I love, Lil Wayne, Jim Jones. But Jim Jones ain't got no money like that. Dave East don't got no money like that. Lil Wayne, I mean, to me, if you get rich and then get into a gang, it don't count. Like, they ain't gonna do you like they would do you if you was just a regular hood nigga off the street. Like, you ain't even probably got to get jumped in. They probably just probably got to like loan these niggas $100 and they good. They ain't about to do much as long as they could be around you. These niggas ain't about to treat you like a hood nigga that's getting jumped into these gangs. It's almost like you almost like them niggas who be getting in fraternities. then they call it like, paper pushing or some shit like that. They're probably in a gang to get women because some women love these thugs. If you get into a gang to get puss, like, that is wild to me. Loan these niggas $100, like that. Like, honestly, I think that's all I think that's all Chris Brown and Lil Wayne had to do. Ain't no way, because they wasn't out here running missions. Who saw Chris Brown on the streets running operations and missions for these gangs? Not a damn person. Because that could never happen. But do you think he was giving money to funding these gangs? Absolutely. That's how he got in. Y'all didn't. What nigga did y'all? Who saw fucking Chris Brown? Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. Running down the damn street, popping niggas on the corner. You ain't never seen that. Dave East playing Method Man made him more fun to me. Dave East playing Method Man. What was he playing Method Man in? Did they have a biopic that I didn't know about? I think we need to analyze why many in the Black community gravitate to occupations that seem to bring money at first, but always end up broke. Gangs, pimping, athletes, entertainment. Well, athletes don't be broke. That's not something that brings you money and then you're broke. It's something that brings you a lot of money. And if you had terrible money management, then you're broke. And entertainment is the same way. Now, gangs and pimping are different. Ain't no way you gonna convince me that you're gonna be broke after getting $90 million. Unless you just are frivolous with your money. They went out to steal dance moves for him and break niggas' ankles that dance better. Like this nigga, let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when like, I ain't no way people are taking Chris Brown seriously. This nigga was raised in Tappahannock, Virginia, out here. Child, listen. Tammy Roman's ex-husband Kenny Anderson is broke due to all of the children by various women. His NBA pension goes to several women. It's a shame. Just have protect, and that's his own personal decision. Like, those are his own choices that led him to that. But the money management is pervasive issue. Do you see the number of broke former athletes with declining health from an early age? The saga on entertainers always have them living in squalor. I believe that's because of their own personal choices. I believe when you give somebody a whole bunch of money all at once and they don't know what to do with it, like, it's hard, and then they end up hiring shiesty ass niggas. Like, could never be me. If you give me $100 million, the first thing I'm gonna do is go to a reputable company that's able to manage funds like that. And not only that, I'm a back check and hire people to audit and to check the money that I'm making and the money that I'm maintaining. You never trust somebody with your fucking money. It's always easy to go broke when you never had money. Exactly. But Jeremy wouldn't be one of those people. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's easy to go broke when you never had money. All right, y'all. Wrong. The first thing you do is pay off all your debts. No, the first thing I would do with my money before I pay off all my debt, I would go to either a financial institution. I would put the money in some type of trust or something like that. or like, you know, and I would get it broken down into monthly payments. Like, I wouldn't just keep a lump sum of money like that. I would, like, suppose if I'm getting like over $100 million, I would put half of it into investments, like, you know, IRA and stuff like that. You know that as dividends, you get paid dividends based on the stocks and stuff that you own, and then the rest of the money I'll have it, you know, broken down into increments of monthly payments to me from the institution. That's what I do. So, like, I'll be getting paid, you know, maybe 10 to 20 to $30,000 a month out of my own money that I've acquired. I wouldn't just keep it in one lump sum. Oh yeah, baby. Jeremy would be anonymous. Jeremy would be anonymous. You niggas wouldn't know a motherfucking thing. Y'all niggas wouldn't know shit. I'm trying to tell you. You would just realize, you'll just be like, Jeremy, you moving? You'll just see me in a mansion. I'll be like, bitch, mind your business. Don't worry about what Jeremy got going on. Okay? Don't worry about what I got going on. But I would never be like, bitch, I won the lottery. Oh no. I would break my mama off some money, not tell her how I got it. Probably told her I got it from prostituting or something like that. So she wouldn't be proud to tell nobody. But she'll take the money. And then, you know, I know that she'll, like, you know, she'd be good. And then, you know, I'll you know, have my money, and then I'll just go into obscurity. But I would probably still keep working and stuff like that, so I can keep myself busy, you know. You gotta start doing something, or, you know, I would start doing acting, or I would start going to, you know, different, you know, auditions to see if I could be on some type of comedy TV show or something like that. Because I feel like at this point, if I have all of this money where I can flex what I want to do, and I have the flexibility to like go after my dreams now without failure of, you know, financial ruin, I can just go and try it. Why not? Why not go try to be an actor? Why not go try to do this? Why not go try to do that? That would be what I would do. And then people would think that was what I was making my money from. Little do they know, a bitch won $150 million. Why do any of that and still carry old debt? Because you're not gonna be carrying old debt. You're gonna you're gonna take the money that you're making, and then you're like that you're paying yourself, and you're gonna pay off your debt. What do you think the monthly payments are for? To yourself. You gotta pay off the debt with the money. But I'm saying the first thing I would do is organize my money to where it's making its own, where the money is making money on itself, and then have the rest of it, or the small increments of it, I'll pay to myself monthly. That I would like, so like, you know, a lot of people like who ran through $1 million, that's silly to me. Even after the government takes that money, like, you can literally put that money up, like, don't like, you can invest some of it and then pay yourself monthly, probably, you know, 10,000, maybe $8,000 a month, and while also working, adding more money to it. $8,000 a month. Let's look and see how much that is times 12, chat. 8,000 times 12. So that's $96,000 a year. That gives you a good 7 to 8 years of use for that money. A lot of these motherfuckers be getting paid $1 million, and that shit be gone in a year. Athletes and entertainers are also very philanthropic towards the white community, donating generous divorce. Okay, I don't. Jeremy wouldn't be. I mean, I definitely would be paying, you know, paying 10% of my money. Like, I wouldn't, like, what I believe ties, what I think ties are is different from what everybody else thinks ties are. I think ties are like you taking 10% of your money and trying to, you know, help homeless people, you know, to try to help people, you know, who are on the streets, you know, give out food to the homeless, not just donate it to a church to keep the lights on. I don't think that's what it is. God said that he wanted us to treat the homeless people like it was him. Like if you see a homeless person on the street, you're gonna give them something. And you paying 10% is you giving something. So that to me, that's what I believe, that is. I wouldn't keep all of the winnings in a liquid account either. I want to start a business, invest a lot in the markets, and get monthly distribution, pay things like utilities, groceries, gas. I mean, like investing in markets could be a little bit shady and shisty. I would do more so stocks. I mean, not stocks, but bonds, or stuff like that. I don't know if I would just like be doing penny investments and stuff like that, where you gotta like I don't know. I would have to talk to a financial analyst, not a financial, but a strategic analyst about that, so they'll be able to tell me what would be the best things to invest in. And plus, I would need to see a reflection of the repertoire of money that they've made other people on the money. Like, no, that's like, now don't get it twisted. Investing can leave you broke. That's like that all investing is basically like gambling, but corporate. I can't tell you how many of these men, in the stock market have, invested a lot of money thinking that something was going to take off, and then they lose their entire life savings or so much of their money and they go into debt and they end up jumping off of a cliff. I believe that your tithe can also come in the form of volunteering. I used to work so hard in church, including teaching the kids. I often spent my own money on items to use in the church. That too. That too. I agree. Y'all, I have been listening to Brownstone all day. I don't know what's going on. I need to end this live though. But I'm just enjoying talking to y'all. Yes, the stock market is volatile, but the return is nice. I do believe in participating in the jobs 401k. You have to save for the future. Absolutely. Oh, look at us, baby. We're up all night, tearing our love apart. No. Are we the same two people who live through years in the dark? Oh, y'all remember that girl Keena from Brownstone? She had that song called Girl from the Gutter, and it came out like early 2000s. I remember that song. I hope your hell is filled with the magazines. And on every page you see a big picture of me. And on every page the something capture should read. Not bad for a girl from the gutter like me. I know you bitches think I'm somewhere dying inside. Oh, Kina went home, she couldn't take it no longer. But I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Y'all know she was singing about Nikki Gilbert, right? I was like, bitch, you gotta be evil for you to literally inspire somebody's song, hoping that somebody go to hell, and the song ended up becoming a hit in the early 2000s. You gotta be evil. But honestly, I really do love getting Nikki Gilbert though. I do think Nikki Gilbert is a little bit annoying, but I do like her a lot. And Nikki Gilbert is very talented and very smart. I don't think a lot of people know that she wrote majority of the songs that Brownstone sung, if not all of them. Like even the greatest hits that y'all know, Grapevine, I Can't Tell You Why, Don't Cry for Me, If You Love Me, Pass the Lovin', Kiss and Tell, all of that shit. Like Nikki Gilbert wrote those songs herself. That's wild, ain't it? So she wrote the songs and she organized the harmonies. I don't know. I always have a real big respect for those who are songwriters, who always want to put their their stamp on what they do. I have a lot of respect for that. But y'all listen. It's time for me to head up out of here. I'm about to lay this ass down because I got work in the morning. It's 10:24. Y'all had me on live with Chef Don. Like they had me, like Chef Don and them had me on live until 12 a.m. last night. And I cannot do that again today. Okay. So I gotta hurry up out of here. But I love all of y'all. Okay. And I want to tell y'all that. And if you ain't been told that you were loved, I love you. Okay. And here you a hug. I'm gonna have to hug you like this, a little church hug, because I ain't got no clothes on like that. I ain't trying to be, I ain't trying to be irresponsible. But anyway, I love every single one of y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of y'all day and night. Drink water. And I definitely planned on doing the same. Peace.